Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the shed. I am Lonnie.
Hey, I'm Candace. Welcome back. We're gonna start out today with a viewer question.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like it.
Yeah. So this is from Gold Tops Rock.
I was trying to say gold to Spock or something, and I'm like, oh wait, that doesn't say Spock.
To Puss Rock.
Gold Tops.
Puss Rock.
Yeah. Okay.
Puss Rock.
Tops Rock.
To Puss Rock. Enjoy your videos. I know it's probably a rare occasion for experienced resellers as yourselves, but have you ever experienced a sourcing drought where you're just not finding the items you normally and regularly find? Do you then foray into other areas for inventory or sit it out? Thanks. As a matter of fact, these last few months has been tough for our regular, yard sale sourcing.
Yeah, garage sales haven't. This is a good question because garage sales for us this season have been rough. Probably for several reasons, but one of the big reasons for us in particular, the past 2 months, it has been very, very hot. So your casual resellers are like, oh, let's we need to clear out a little bit of stuff. Let's sit outside all day on a Saturday and sell this stuff. The casual people like that, they're like, nah, we're gonna sit this one out.
We'll wait till the weather cools off. I bet we're gonna have a great fall.
We might.
I mean, because they're literally like Saturdays. Usually we'll have like 20 or more sales, and lately it's been like 10 or less.
Yeah.
It's been really weird.
And you know what the problem is? The real problem is whenever you don't have as many garage sales as normal, it's like a double whammy, because not only do you have fewer garage sales to go to, but you pretty much have the same number of people going to garage sales. So you not only you have like half the garage sales, you have double the people at each garage sale, and they're hitting the garage sales faster, just like we are. So it's the ones that are there are getting cleaned out quicker. Yeah. So it's like it's a big old snowball of but when you have when we have like a ton of garage sales, it's the inverse of that.
Right. You'll walk up to a sale and there may be one or two other people there.
Right. You have the same amount of competition no matter how many sales there are.
It's just spread out.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, you do have to kind of get creative to where you're sourcing with. We experimented with that a few weeks ago, where we had like 5 or 6 garage sales that we went to, and then we looped back around our whole route and hit all the thrift stores, and that worked out for us.
It did. It was okay.
We picked up probably like one thing at each thrift store, so that helped to supplement a lot. It wasn't like home run stuff. It wasn't like, wow, look at all the stuff I got today, but it did help supplement going out.
Yeah.
And help supplement our listings for that week.
Yeah, so I mean, we definitely experienced droughts. So I made a list after Candace sent me this question. She picked it out this morning, and then I made a list of all the places we source. And so y'all know we hit garage sales, of course.
Yes.
We hit estate sales, and we hit thrift stores sometimes, like you just said.
Yep.
Candace is always looking at Facebook Marketplace.
I look at it at least once a day, sometimes twice, like usually in the morning when I get up, and then later on at night, maybe after we've eaten dinner and everything's settling down, If
sourcing is slow, I would say you probably hit it more.
Yeah.
You probably check it more and more thoroughly, right?
Yeah.
And maybe investigate things you wouldn't normally investigate.
And during like the winter and stuff, you know.
Of course, we have private buys that we do, like with Guy. We had a private pick that we went on yesterday. That is a source.
Yeah.
Now that is, let's see, garage sales and estate sales and private buys. Those are 3 sources we have that we don't really control when we can go or how many or anything like that. We can't, that's just a luck of the draw kind of thing. We don't know when Guy's going to call us up.
Right. Or we don't know if there's going to be sales this weekend, or is it going to be raining.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, here's one.
Retail,
like buying, like we did with the Monster High dolls.
we don't do that hardly ever, but
Right.
it is an option. When the opportunity presents itself, you should definitely go for it, and we did that time. Now I do a lot of the times when I'm in the stores, which I don't go in stores very often anymore, it's just too convenient with grocery pickup and stuff. But when I do go in stores, I always at least glance at the clearance and see if anything, if I see something that I think would potentially sell well online, then I'll kind of check the comps. It very rarely pans out.
One thing I will say about retail arbitrage, like people like to call it, that's a really, really fancy term for
I
flip.
don't even know what that word means.
I feel like somebody started using arbitrage, because a lot of times that's used like with currency markets and things.
Yeah, what is the definition? I don't.
I think I don't know what the true definition is, but I think it's like exploiting exploiting a market that is not priced correctly, and bringing it to a market that you can make, that you can
would benefit you. Or
it's basically like, exploiting incorrectly priced
reselling.
markets. Yeah, it's so fancy though. What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm in arbitrage. That's a very, that's a fancy sounding. I think people I think somebody started saying arbitrage, and
everybody's like, yeah, that kind of spiffens up what I do.
Spiffins. Yeah,
it's another word I created.
And I've heard of spiffy, or is spiff a word? Spiff. Spiffy? Oh, anyways, retail arbitrage. I've thought about that when I wrote retail. I'm like, I am not writing arbitrage. I refuse. The other thing, it's just seems so pretentious.
No, it's not. It really isn't. And I'm gonna tell you. Are you talking about arbitrage?
Arbitrage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just the word. But no, what I was going to say about retail arbitrage is that
you have to pronounce it like that.
Arbitrage, yes, with my pinky out or something. Is that my experience with retail arbitrage is that it is
it's a time suck.
It can be, but also it can be very risky.
Yeah.
You have to have it can be very risky, and to do it like at any kind of scale, it can be very expensive too.
Yeah.
Like you can get a lot of capital tied up real fast in retail arbitrage, and then you get home and you start listening to stuff, and what do you know? Everybody else across the country is listing the same exact thing, because
that is the thing right there.
Right.
You're like, dang, look at this. It's a sure thing. I mean, look, they have it marked for this, and it's selling for this on eBay. I'm buying them all. You get home, and the next day, so did everybody else.
Right.
And
it's not.
The market is flooded.
Right. And it might not be like when you look to like 2 or 3 days later, that market could change fast, especially if you're talking about like major national retailers.
Yeah, that's what it did with the Monster High. Mm-hmm. But we were very strategic in how we sold them because of that. Some people stuck to their guns and tried to sell 6-packs, and they still are. I see them on Facebook.
Yeah, they're like $60.
Yeah,
like we got them. These Monster High 6-packs originally sold for around 120, 120, something like that. I think the MSRP was more like 150 originally.
Yeah.
But so we got in at 29, which is a smoking deal.
Yeah.
But so did everybody else, and it was a race to the bottom for these guys. Like they were selling. Last I saw, they were selling these things for $60 free ship.
Yeah.
And these things were probably minimum, because they're big, minimum 15, probably somewhere
average,
between.
Yeah, to ship.
I would say average might be 18 or so to ship.
Yeah.
You could probably go ahead and call it 20 to make the math right.
Because they were long.
But yeah. So once you account for all your packing material and your fees and all that stuff,
we're not making much.
What are they
profit.
making? $10?
Right.
On that kind of outlay? Spending $29 to make $10 net? No, that's not good.
Yeah.
So the way we did it with Candace breaking them up, we did really well. we're not exactly sure how much we did yet, because we haven't
We need to pull that report and see.
Yeah.
Because we do have two of the styles left, and they're just not moving now. And I told Lonnie, I think it's because we don't have the more desirable ones pulling them to our store to look.
Yeah, but we'll just hold till fourth quarter.
They'll probably sell.
Fourth quarter should clear that out. But all that to say that retail arbitrage is an option. It's an expensive option usually. I'm not saying, like, you remember whenever I say things, I'm almost never talking in absolutes.
Right.
It's so time consuming to cover every possibility that I try to just stick to the main line. But yeah, retail arbitrage, I consider it to be risky.
Yeah.
And then the last place we source, unfortunately, is our own death pile.
But let me speak on that, because we've had several comments, especially recently since our shed has been so full with these buys. Why are you still sourcing? You don't have anywhere to put it. We source because, first of all, that's the fun part of reselling, for us at least. We love to go out and find things. And then when you have times when you're not able to source, or the sourcing is not good, you do have that stuff put away. At least that's the way I look at it. I
look at it the same way. And I mean, anytime we buy a bunch of stuff, I'm not going to put that on you guys. It's always, in my opinion, it's always best to list the best stuff first. And just because, like, it's going to sell the fastest, it's going to make the most money.
Get your money back.
So, and this past year, we have made some, like, really unexpected,
big buys.
A ton of unexpected big buys. And that's the hardest part about, not the hardest part, that's misspeaking, but that's one of the hard parts
to predict
about this, like reselling like this, where we're not just buying from a vendor, a distributor, and then selling it, like, and we can kind of
control your inventory.
Right, control it, control the flow. The way we do reselling, we have, like, the things, garage sales, estate sales, and I guess thrift stores, whatever. We can do that when we want. We could turn those off or on. But, like, a private buy, when private buy opportunities come along, we tend to go ahead and do them whether we need inventory or not.
For two reasons. So you will have that inventory in case you need it. Well, you will eventually need it. And to keep relationships going.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very important. If you get called for a buy, and that doesn't say you have to take it, but if it's a good buy and you don't take it,
they're going to sell it to somebody.
They're going to sell it to somebody else, and you may not get a call the next time.
That's right.
Yeah. They
might make a new friend.
Right.
That's just like me. I got to keep Candace happy.
Yeah. I might make a new friend.
But no, another thing about, like, what was the original question? This is bad. Whenever we go on and I have to look at the original. Sourcing drought. Another thing, when we're in a sourcing drought, we can loosen or tighten our buying requirements when we do go to these places, garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores.
We can be pickier depending on if we really need inventory or not.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, there have been times where, we'll only make $10 on that thing. Don't want that. And then a few months later, look, Candace, we can make $10 on this.
Yep.
Like, it's all perspective depending on where you're at with your unlisted inventory at that moment. So
yeah, I've seen people say, I never buy anything if it only makes me $10 profit. Well, you can't say that. There may be times whenever, like you said, that will look really good.
Right. Yeah. I mean, sometimes
never say never.
Yeah. I mean, like we showed in our last video, like, oh wow, we got this thing that sells for $500 and this thing that sells for $650. You know what? When we see those things and we have an opportunity to buy them at a good price, we always buy them. But we don't always have opportunities for that. No. So we do the best we can when we can. But the cool thing is, you could turn those you can open those spigots up or tighten them down depending on the needs at the time.
Yep.
And that is, I mean, I feel fairly comfortable with not ever really running out of inventory, because also the longer you do this, the bigger your database of items to buy.
Right, we're constantly learning new stuff to pick up.
Yeah.
You keep adding your database, so when you walk into a garage sale, that just increases the percentage of things you're going to buy from that sale. Just that knowledge.
Sort of, yes.
Generally,
Yeah.
Generally, you know.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Depending on, because also, another thing I've noticed is that, like, we don't buy a lot of the stuff we used to buy.
We've learned from that too.
That's
in our database to
right.
not buy that stuff.
Right. So, yeah, we have things adding and leaving all the time, and hopefully the things that we're adding are better than the things that are leaving. However, the things that we're kicking out of the database, we could bring back in if we need to.
Yeah, because think about it. Some things that were good to buy 5 years ago may not be good now.
Right.
You know, you have to kind of stay on top of that too. You can't just look at something and say, oh, I had that 3 years ago and I sold it for this much. You buy it and bring it home and nobody wants it anymore. You know, so you kind of have to stay on top of trends too. If it's something you don't buy frequently. It
really helps to keep an open mind. Like, I have seen like very experienced pickers, very smart pickers that have been doing it for a long time, and they just get stuck. And they just continue to do the same thing because, like, that this is what sells and this is what doesn't, and then they think I'm experienced, I know what I'm doing, and they just lock in there, and the world changes around them and they don't change.
Yeah.
And that's why.
I mean, we've been guilty of that too.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's how we've learned some of the stuff not to buy.
Yeah. I really try to check my ego and often say, okay, am I wrong? Could I do something different? Am I wrong now? Especially being on YouTube. It's a weird thing, because I think people watch us and they say, okay, well, you have this many subscribers, this many viewers or whatever, and okay, so you must be an authority. And no, being on YouTube, all that means is that we have a camera and we're willing to put this out there.
And we try to keep it honest, and we show our mistakes and our wins. You know?
Yeah, but I think that a lot of people just assume that, especially maybe even like the older generation, like our age and older, might view YouTube as kind of like TV in a way. Like, oh, they're on TV, it must be, they must know what they're talking about.
Right, it's factual.
But it's not TV.
Yeah.
And we're not accredited. We don't have like we're official reseller. Like, there's no licensing or anything like that to do.
No.
So,
we would not be able to sell a course.
Oh, we could sell a course. I promise you. It might not be worth buying, but we could definitely sell a course. We did it's funny you say that. We did an April Fool's video one year.
Find the link to that video.
Okay, I'll link it.
Yeah.
Candace was not working with me in the.
Still working at the bank.
She was working at the bank, and we did this April Fool's video one time, where we
don't spoil.
Okay.
Y'all, I promise you, click the link. You're gonna love it. You're gonna die. Go watch it after you watch this video.
Yeah. So go watch that. But it was this April Fool's video released on April Fool's Day that year, and I can't tell you how many people
they believed it.
They believed it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people. I think they believed it, but then they clicked out before we got to like the punchline.
Some people
kind of
were
thing.
mad. Yeah, they thought we were selling out. Yeah, go watch it. You're gonna like it.
But anyways, that's what, like, you can open and close valves, and like if we do make a huge private buy, that week maybe we don't go to garage sales or estate sales, or maybe we just go on Saturday but we don't go Sunday, or things like that.
If we do go, we're usually picky if we just bought a bunch of stuff.
So we're not
like this ebb and flow we have going.
Yeah. When times are tough, we're out there. All options are open. Yeah. When times are great,
let's sleep late this Sunday.
Throw that out the window. We don't need that. Yeah. All right, we do have some orders to get out today, so let's get to it. All righty, time to pull orders, Candace. Actually, I already went and pulled order. Yeah,
that was in storage. That's one of those Avatar Banshees. The green one we sold for $65.
Yeah, and we paid 25
for both.
25 for two of these, so we have
$12.50
into this one.
Yeah,
I did get the right one, correct?
Yep.
And no, I'm not gonna just close this up. It's gonna be
packed and double boxed,
packed and put into another. It's gonna be a void fill in here.
Pocket 64, we sold a replacement belt for an Ever After High doll.
Okay. Yeah, boy, it's just flying out of here.
That's for Blondie Locks.
Which one is it?
64.
64? Okay.
It's a little white belt with a yellow flower.
Wow, that is such a specific thing.
$8.
Yeah, hey, I'll take it.
Some whole dolls sell for that, so.
That's crazy.
11 Alpha, we sold a He-Man and Battle Cat lot.
11 Alpha?
Yeah.
That's right here then. Boy, all those figures and stuff that we got from Guy, I was like, well, that's good fourth quarter stuff.
It's not gonna be around.
So much for that.
Yeah.
Need to try again.
That's all for $23.39.
Nice.
For Echo, we sold the Park and Shop board game
again. For Echo, I wonder, did I leave it packed?
I don't know. I haven't no idea.
This actually got bought before. And actually I think it's right here. They didn't cancel. They bought it and then we shipped it. They got it. Oh, I thought it was the whole game.
Oh yeah.
And then they returned it.
The title clearly says game board only.
They did return on their dime though.
Yeah, $20 for that.
Okay.
All right, 8 Bravo, we sold a Super 7 G.I. Joe figure in the package. The Sailor.
Okay. 8 Bravo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brown beard.
It's not this guy. It's not that guy. It's not that guy. It is this guy right here.
Let me see.
That's him.
Yep, $18 for that.
Okay.
6 Bravo, we sold a 2-pack cookbooks. Toot the Sweet.
And 6 Bravo?
Yeah. They're probably packaged in a little baggie or something together.
Oh, I see them up here. Here we go. I need to go ahead and sell this camera.
Yeah. I don't ever use it.
No, it works fine.
We sold those for $14, and then the next items the same person bought. All right, and then they also bought 4 Bravo 2 vintage mushroom trivets.
Ready? I think this is it. Yep, this is it. And this is going with the cookbook, so I just have to, if I can ship these together, I will. These aren't obviously these aren't media.
But with ground shipping now, I bet it will be cheaper.
It might be
2 different shipments.
Yeah, I think it's very unlikely that shipping this media and this ground, there's no way that's cheaper than just shipping all that ground.
Yeah, because they're not heavy items. Not real heavy.
Not yet. Yeah. Books are always fairly heavy versus other item types.
That size, yeah. All right, and then our last item is a Loungefly backpack, Jasmine.
Where's that at?
They're under this bench right here.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go dig this out. Well, no, can you get to it pretty quick?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There's one right there.
Is that the only one we had of her?
No, we have 3.
That's the first one we've sold of her,
It
though.
is, yeah.
That's good to see.
I had them listed for 60, and then I lowered them to 50 just because we had no interest, no offers. But I'm not going to go any lower than that on that one.
No, I would just wait.
Yeah, with Christmas coming up.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind going like a lot of stuff we're willing to go like 10% or something like that.
Yeah.
But as far as like slashing prices on stuff that hadn't been listed for very long.
Yeah, I said I was not going to do that, but I mean, there was like 0 interest in these. So
Yeah.
I lowered the prices.
Yeah, that character. Remember when we went to Disney, we had we went and ate one of those character meals.
When Molly and Sarah were little, we went to the princess meals. Yeah.
And we had Jasmine came to the table. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
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 What? Go ahead. You
remember
she
that one.
No. She wants to say something else about this.
She didn't wear the big old ball gown covering herself. She was dressed a little risque, huh?
Yeah, she for a Disney princess. Yes, she was. I remember when she walked away. Candace was like,
Yeah. I'm so sure.
Okay, I haven't been doing too well with work today. Everything has been packed. It's out of here. Carrier picked up. Except for one package back there. That is the little backpack. The buyer said they didn't want to get it till Monday at the soonest. So we're holding it till Friday.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Which is tomorrow, our time, and we'll send it out then. It's going all the way to California, so I think that there's no chance it'll get there before Monday.
Yeah, shipping Friday will not get there before
If it's
Monday.
going ground advantage. It's not like it's going to get there Sunday or something.
Yeah. So you're listing that or listed that?
I'm about to list it. I actually already took my photos, and it turned out I inspected this, and yeah, this is definitely new open box. And I think what happened, because there is that piece of tape right there, meaning gift. And I think what happened, they got this as a gift, but I double checked. This thing did not come with film.
Yep. So they probably got it, never bought film, so they never used it.
Yeah. And I mean, I inspected it, and it's definitely still in new condition. So I'm going to sell this new open box. It's going to be somewhere over $100.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how much yet.
That's awesome.
So Candace has this stuff out. This was what? How long ago was that?
This was about a month ago, maybe a month and a half. We picked up this little jewelry box. Lonnie spotted it. It was full of all this jewelry, and we offered them 5, and they took it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, she said how much, and I said, I don't know, $5. She's like, sure.
Yep.
I was buying something else at the time. I don't remember.
I bought some hair rollers there. We bought a few things there.
Yeah. And then that was just, I spotted that.
That was at the sale where they had the 3 hair rollers, and they had the 2 smaller ones, and I didn't buy those, and you thought I was kind of crazy. But yeah, that was that sale.
I didn't think you were crazy. I
Or
think
you didn't understand my reasoning.
I knew you had a reason if
Yeah.
you didn't buy them, because they were clean looking. But I picked this out. Can you believe that?
Yeah, you bought some jewelry.
And you know why?
Why?
Because I was hoping there might be some gold in them.
You saw a bunch of gold looking stuff.
Gold in them there boxes.
So I am going to tell y'all, we did find something that is solid gold.
Yep.
I tested everything that could be a diamond. We have no diamonds. We do have one thing that's gold plated, which I've already listed. Should I go ahead and tell them which one that is?
Yeah, you can tell them. Sure.
So this crucifix here, it is signed. It's Princess Pride Designs or something. Anyway, it's signed, and it is 14 karat gold plated.
Mm-hmm.
So I listed that.
No, filled. It said GF.
Filled. I'm sorry. Yep.
14 GF.
Which is same thing.
Yep.
So I listed that for 20. So that is gold plated. So we're going to take that out the equation.
And there are quite a few like cool vintage pieces. Like these are some clip-on earrings that are signed. That are kind of I don't think they're valuable or anything.
I think these are nice looking little vintage clip-ons here. And I haven't checked any of the signatures. I really like these.
Those are interesting.
I may keep these.
What kind of flower is that? Is that high?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
It's not a hibiscus. I don't. Maybe a cherry blossom.
Okay.
Probably
yeah,
a
those
cherry
are neat.
blossom, yeah.
Let me see. Look at them. Ooh, wow, that would actually work. That would work.
And then we have 2 pearl studs. One real, one not real.
How'd you do? Did you do the teeth test?
I did the teeth test.
Gross. Gross. You went and bought some used stuff and you put it in your mouth.
Well, it's been sitting on our shelf for a month, so I figured any germs are dead by then.
That's not how it works. That's not how. Candace, where'd you learn this?
From my mother.
No, I'm talking about this letting something sit on a shelf for a.
And these are like damaged pieces, or we only have one of.
That's probably sterling.
We're thinking this is sterling and turquoise. It does have a maker's mark around the. It's a screw-on post, and it has a maker's mark around here, but we only have one. So. Yeah, but so we kind of laid everything out, and we want to ask y'all, give them a good view of everything. Which item or items do you think is real gold?
Yep. And we're back. So go ahead, show them.
Okay, so these guys right here, it's gold and rose gold. They have like little roses here and here, and they are marked on the back here.
Yep, 14
and
karat.
On the back of the flower.
Yes.
And there's also, they're signed, and I'm going to try to get in good with our little micro lens and get a good... Macro, yeah, sorry. A good shot of that, and maybe post in the reseller group. And
you know you lost a nail?
I lost a nail earlier today.
Okay.
Yeah. See if someone recognizes it. It's a long shot, but I'll give it a try.
But yeah, I was excited. Like that was the whole reason that I wanted to buy that. I was like, okay, maybe they missed something.
Yep.
And sure enough, they did. I have this on grams. And look, we got 2.36 grams.
Yep. And Lonnie looked at the melt value is around $85.
Yep. I went to...
Oh, wait, it just bumped up to 2.4.
Okay, we got more money then.
We might need to clean that off or
That's
something.
it's bouncing between like 2.37 and 2.4. It might even need a new battery or something.
Yeah.
But I just plugged it into gold gram price calculator. 2.37 grams and 14 karat is worth $85 melt, but
we've got a finished product here, so I'm thinking at least 100, 125, unless I can identify that maker's mark and it's a good maker.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm not listing until I at least can get information or just not get information. I'm gonna give it a shot.
You know what I think you ought to do?
What?
I think you ought to go ahead and get your pictures, put it in our Facebook group, give it a few hours, see what kind of response you get. Whatever
I'm gonna give it till tomorrow.
Oh, you're not gonna start it till tomorrow?
Right.
And I think we're gonna auction those, right?
Oh, are we?
I thought.
Oh, okay. Maybe. All right, so I wanted to kind of see about, how much above melt value gold sells for, 14 karat gold. So I went in and put in these terms. I put in grams because I know I'm probably not going to find my specific weight. Gold earrings, 14 karat. And I did throw a rose in there. I did with and without. And I did minus plated because I didn't want to get anything that was not solid gold,
Right.
So you can see here, these are only 1.7 grams, but those are James Avery. So they at auction, they got over $200 for
Some of that is name, though.
Right, exactly. Which is why I kind of want to give it a shot at that maker's name.
Right.
Now these are...
those are heavier. Those are 3.2.
They're big. Yeah, they're 3.2 grams. These have diamonds in it. These are big too. They're like a half an inch wide.
That's double.
Yeah.
That's double the size of the ones we have.
But this was kind of interesting to me. They're just plain hoops. They're going to be hollow since they're that light. 2.3 grams. It's kind of close to what we have.
Those are also brand new.
Yeah. And they got 169. Here's 1.9 at auction. It went up to 76.
That went basically, it looks like pretty damn close to melt value.
Yeah, yeah. So that's where I'm kind of thinking.
Look at these.
Yeah.
These went higher. The thing I think you have going for yours that you're going to list,
they're attractive looking.
they look cool.
Yeah, they're not just plain hoops.
No, they look great.
They have a design. There's, as that one title said, artisan or
artesian.
Yeah, so I don't know. We're going to see if we can find out the maker and then decide what we're going to do, whether buy it now or auction.
I think auction. Because you know what's good about auction?
Lonnie's on an auction kick right now.
No. I mean, here's the way I think about it is, okay, auction. This is the one time where you can do an auction, and I guarantee you,
you're gonna at least get close to $85.
You're gonna get melt.
Yeah.
There's no chance you will not get melt if you run the auction.
Yeah.
Of course, then you got to pay fee or whatever, but we always pay fees. You're gonna get the melt, and if it really catches somebody's eye, you might get a lot more.
Yeah.
I think there's upside there versus the price you would come up with.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all agree with me? I know most people are really soured on auctions, and I understand why.
We are for the most part,
yes.
too. But like we said, unless it's something that it has a certain minimum value like this, or our rare stuff like our comic stuff I'm messing with, which I'm starting another auction tonight, so
yeah, we're gonna be running a bunch of auctions, but we're trying to spread out the different types of media that these things are on, to not like have too much in one, but we have to move this stuff.
My next one I might even switch away from Star Wars, because I have 3 days in a row of Star Wars, so I might go to like Hulk or some of that the Disney classics down there.
Yeah, we
this whole stack right here is Star Wars.
All right.
No, it's not. I'm sorry. This whole stack here is Star Wars, Conan, and the Hulk.
Oh, you have Conan and Hulk.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do then, is like
mix
alternate.
Some of that in. Yeah. See, here's some Conan down here.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get my camera listed, and hopefully you can find out some more about your earrings.
Yeah.
Candace didn't think about it. I didn't think about it either. But this is a 28 millimeter macro, and we don't ever use it. This is super macro mode, and like that's for super close up. It's kind of a difficult mode to use because hard to explain.
It like really pinpoints where it's focused at.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get a really thin focal plane. So it would not be a good mode to use for everyday photography.
Right.
But the cool thing about this lens too is, check this out. Press that button. Look, it has a friggin' light on the front.
Yep.
And you could press it, like, you press it once and it's bright, and then you press it again. I think it's like, isn't it like 2 levels of brightness?
It's got 2 levels of brightness. Yeah, brighter, less bright, and then
off.
Hit it again for off. Yep.
Yeah. So Candace is gonna try it out, see what you can see.
I'm just trying to get a picture of that mark on there for to pop up in the Facebook group.
Yeah, and this is when it's nice to have that too.
Hopefully, see.
It's well, you gotta. Are you doing the half press on it?
Not yet.
Look at that. Oh yeah.
See that?
Look at that. That is sharp, man. That's awesome. That's going to be super high res too.
I'm gonna get a couple.
You have no card in your camera.
Oh, I didn't put my card in there. I'm gonna get a couple of angles and see what we can find out.
Okay. Okay, I'm working on my listing, but Candace just pulled her photos in from that macro. Holy cow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
It looks like a heart to me, and then a C and a circle.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is so sharp and crisp and like, oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
Okay. Boy, that lens, that's what that lens is really made to do, huh?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm glad we got that camera fixed, huh?
That's impressive. That's really impressive.
Yep. All right, I'm going to pop it up in the Facebook group, see if we get anything.
Okay, good luck.
All right, y'all, I'm working on these bookends I picked up at an estate sale. They're not as good as I hoped they were going to be. That's another story for another day. But anyway, I was doing comps, and I I pulled up this sold comp, and tell me if you think this is an AI description. Add a touch of vintage charm to your bookshelf with these Italian spinning globe bookends. Crafted from high-quality wood, these bookends boast a classic globe design with a colorful map pattern. The exquisite craftsmanship and attention to detail make these bookends a must-have for any collector. AI or no?
All I can say is, Ricardo Montalban, eat your heart out. Okay, I got a lot of y'all probably know about these. This is like one of the first Bolos that I found out about when I was watching YouTube to find out what to buy and sell early on. And that is these little dongles. They Rock Band, Guitar Hero, whatever. They're good for like it doesn't like pretty much all the consoles. They're usually pretty good, and then you have to just look at the back to figure out which one you have. In this case, I have model 97561, and these are the sold comps. I just listed mine for 40 also, and these things are just they're friggin' awesome money. I think they're actually they've gone up slowly a little bit, because I want to say I used to get like 25, 30 for these back in the day.
I bet a lot of those like get it thrown away, like people's parents see them and are like, what is this?
Oh yeah,
this doesn't go to anything, so they toss it.
Oh yeah, these are great. You know what's really good about these is like this is something that people that run garage sales, they have no clue. A lot of people that run garage sales, they know that some game like the Mario games and stuff, they have a lot of value. The normies or whatever, like people that don't resell, they do not know about these. They have no clue. Yeah. And I can't tell you how many times I bought these for like 25 cents, 50 cents, $1, never more than that, unless you're at some, video game collector's sale or something, right? But yeah, these things, they're still a Bolo all these years later. I love it. You've got a Bolo too, huh?
Yeah, Lonnie found this at an estate sale.
Look, we're showing all this girly type stuff, girly pickings that I found.
Lonnie got a girly picking. Whatever that means.
Hey, you said, what was that word?
I was picking girlies.
What was that word you said earlier today? You said something, I can't remember. You made up some word when we were pulling orders.
Oh.
Do you remember what the word was? You didn't? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I'm going to kick myself whenever I go to edit this video. But
they're all screaming it at us right now.
Yeah, it was some really weird. You put spiffing up, spiffing, and I can't.
It's like you look spiffy. Well, yes, I spiffened up.
Why don't you tell them about my other little find?
And we both know to always look up Jim Shore, right? I mean. And I walked by it. I'm like, it's just an ornament. What could it be worth? So I didn't even look it up. Here comes Lonnie trotting by.
Whoa. How do I walk? That's what I do at garage.
It was not trotting behind me. I was probably in a whole 2 rooms away.
No, we split at estate sales.
We always go opposite directions.
We divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Big time.
Because, especially Sunday mornings, they're usually so crowded. Time is of an essence. Like, I can't, you know how it is. You walk in and somebody's walking out with something that you definitely would have bought. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I missed it by 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then they're walking out with this really awesome thing, all proud, and here comes Lonnie.
Yeah, so we always split up to try to make sure at least we kind of go through somewhat fast and scan the whole house, and then go back and look deeper.
Just like garage sales.
Yeah.
And we'll usually join up at some point and then talk, chat, whatever. What do you think about that thing over there? Yeah. Did you look that up? Whatever. But yeah, we do the quick sweep.
So this thing was actually kind of in the middle of the house. So
yeah.
We went.
Wait. Do we need to? I feel like
I'm picturing this house.
No, okay, I'm picturing John Madden drawing out a play. on football play with
So
the.
we walked in the back door, and the kitchen was here.
Oh,
So
Candace, this does not matter.
I go in this way. I went this way.
Candace, this does not matter. They don't care about this.
I'm telling my story. Stop.
I don't know where
One
you're
of them
going
was
with
like
this.
right here. So I got to it first.
What are you doing? Where are you going with that?
Anyway, I walked by it, and Lonnie looked it up, and it's worth $40.
Yeah. Oh man, that's the shortest story long.
That's not as entertaining, right?
No, it's not. But yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Well,
so
not,
sewing machine.
actually, it's not that cool, honestly. But it is worth $40.
Yeah.
Candace, where were you going with this?
I was explaining why, like, I got to it before you, and then you came along.
No, but when the camera wasn't running, you said you saw it.
I didn't. I didn't look it up. I
And
already told him that.
Yeah, and it's a girly thing.
Yeah, it's a girly tchotchke.
Okay.
Is that how you say it? Tchotchke?
Okay, this has to go in the smallest drawer.
Jody loves tchotchkes.
She probably does.
Lonnie loves tchotchkes.
Do they have any? Do they have any chachi?
Tchotchke.
Can you say it?
I get the giggles now.
Okay, all right. We're gonna have to cut the camera. Okay, so after that last clip, Candace started. We are really not firing on all cylinders today, y'all.
I was looking
We're
for
just not.
a tchotchke to share with y'all, but I did find this Fonzie tchotchke.
Look, check this out.
This is Amigo, but look at his thumb. They gave him articulating thumb so he could do the.
Look. You can see it like it flips up and down like
Yeah.
that. Hey.
Hey.
That was our childhood.
Yeah.
It was the Fonz. It was Joni Loves Chachi. It was A-Team for me. It was A-Team. It
Mork
was
and Mindy.
Mork and Mindy was good.
Yeah.
It was Dukes of Hazzard.
Different strokes.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's so different now because I remember I was we were talking about like the Meghan Markle show, aka Suits, right? And it just kids today. What? Oh gosh, she really does have the giggles now. But kids today, they don't like. It's different. Like not kids today,
The stuff
but
they watch.
it's different now because
They
there's
would
like
never get it.
well, because back then, yeah, some people had like basic cable or whatever, but basically we all watched the same shows back then because that's all there was. There's only a couple of channels.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I will say, probably like us watching Happy Days is like them watching Stranger Things. It's like a throwback show.
yeah, because it was set in the 50s or whatever.
Yeah, and Stranger Things the 80s.
But what I'm saying though is like now you have like 1,000 different things to choose from. And back then, everybody
watched
in the country of a certain age group was on the same exact page.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
like all the kids had the Dukes of Hazzard lunch boxes, or you know what I mean,
Oh,
like
yeah,
or
yeah.
Rocky or whatever. Like Grease was hot.
Yep.
Like pop culture wasn't fragmented like it is now. You didn't have everybody doing their own thing. Back then, pop culture was everyone did the same thing.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody.
Right.
Again, like very generally speaking.
Generalization.
When somebody our age talks to somebody else our age, like we're immediately on the same page.
Yeah, if you name a show, they're like, yeah, I knew that show.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Even if they didn't watch it, they knew about it.
Right.
Now, I mean, look at all the shows.
Yeah, where do you watch? Now you name a show, and people are like, where do you watch that?
Yeah, where do you stream that?
There's like, there's like 30 different streaming services,
Yeah.
right? All right, I am working on my GameCube controller, and Candace is silly now.
I'm silly now.
Yeah, you're giggly or whatever. Giggly Candace.
This is the giggly version.
So we are going to go ahead and cut out a video, and we will see y'all again very soon. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Bye bye.
Bye.